Well, welcome to the Chain Gang. I'm John Pope.
I'm Ryan White.
And we're not happy right now.
Man, what a game.
Rough. It was rough.
Wow.
So, no, I mean, great game, but still obviously not how we wanted it to come out.
Yeah, I was really hoping the Chiefs was going to pull that one out.
Yeah.
Just didn't make enough plays there at the end, man.
Nope. Hey, we got a quick show for you. We have with us here in just a second, we've got Grant Wistrom, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to talk to this guy.
He's we're about to bring him on here in just a second. We're super excited to have him. So, we good? Grant, how are you, sir?
Good, John. How's it going?
Man, I wish we were better. I know.
I know.
Man, I tell you,
brutal.
It was brutal. First half, I'm a superstitious guy. First half, I waited and we made a Chiefs promo. I waited till we were way up and I called my wife and said, "Make us that Chiefs promo for the show." And so I'm going to blame myself. Yeah. So we got Grant Wistrom on with us, and Grant, I just want to real quick, and everybody already knows this stuff, but I want to reiterate some stuff real quick. You played at Nebraska, 3-time national champion, 94, 95, and 97. You retired your jersey at Nebraska, number 98. 6 seasons in the NFL with the Rams and the Seahawks. First round draft pick, number 6 for the Rams. 2-time Super Bowl appearances, one with a championship.
I got it. Okay. So it was 9 seasons in the NFL.
9 seasons. Okay.
Yep. And 3 Super Bowl appearances.
3 Super Bowl appearances. Wow, man. Yep. We're ecstatic to have you on. I got to tell you, we wanted to talk to you a little bit as the Super Bowl's approaching. Obviously, like we said, not the team we wanted in there from the AFC, but we wanted to touch real quick on your Super Bowl appearance, and had a few questions for you, and just see if you'd share with us a little bit about what it was like there. Man, how was that? I mean, I remember throwing the ball in the backyard with my dad, and of course I grew up in Oklahoma. Grant, don't hold that against me, but I wanted to be Brian Bosworth. I wanted to be all these guys from Oklahoma, and then of course I wanted to be in the Super Bowl. Man, how was that for you?
Well, first of all, I grew up an OU fan, so I had the Bob haircut.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. And then actually one of the coolest things I ever got to do was on the sidelines when I was playing out in Seattle. I got to meet the Bob.
Oh, wow.
And, so I'm standing on the sideline during a game. I'm like, oh, my gosh. I go, you have no idea. I go, you were my hero growing up. And he just looked at me. He's like, man, you're my hero now. And I'm like, that's pretty dang cool.
Well, I mean, the boss is telling you you're his hero. I mean, what was that like?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Like I said, I lived in Florida in the mid '90s, in the mid '80s. So, that's when they were having their run. So that was our Christmas present every year, was going to the Orange Bowl. We would get tickets to go to the Orange Bowl to watch OU play.
Oh, wow.
So, we were. And my first recruiting trip was actually to Oklahoma, but it was right after they'd come off the death penalty, and they were struggling pretty good. So there wasn't much reason to go there, but I was a big OU fan growing up. Man,
yeah, and I would have said in that time frame, Grant, I would have chosen Nebraska too, but
right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that's amazing. I got to tell you, and we talked a little bit before the show, and once again, man, we're just so thankful you're on. I listened to you when you won the Super Bowl. I was actually in Ranger School, and it's a school where you don't eat a lot, you don't sleep a lot, you stay outside. It was negative 13 degrees outside, and that was the bottom of the line. They said, no, we got to pull them in because it's negative 13. You just live outside for 3 months. And we had this radio operator who was a genius. And of course they pull us in and it's warm, and you sleep like 2 hours a night. And he said, guys, I can get the Super Bowl on. And we're like, what? And so he puts it on this little rickety radio. And I got to listen to you guys win the Super Bowl, man. It was, I was just sitting there. I wasn't tired at that moment. No one was tired. Everybody was rooting for you guys. It was an amazing experience for me.
And for a game to get pulled inside and to watch that Super Bowl, that finish, man, I can't imagine what it was like. I know it was like being there, but just being able to listen to it in that environment with all your boys, that'd have been pretty awesome.
So going back to Ryan, you had a question. Go ahead.
No, I was just say, take us a little bit through that game. Like, what do you remember? What are some of the most memorable parts or memorable plays maybe that stick out that you still hold with you today?
Oh man, you know what? It's been so long, and I haven't. I don't even know if I've ever actually watched the whole game in its entirety.
Yeah.
But I remember Isaac's catch, his big touchdown catch. I believe it's towards the end of the game to give us the lead. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. Like I said, my memory is failing me at times on these things. But then obviously the tackle at the end. And I took myself out of the game on that last couple plays. I was just getting my butt handed to me by their offensive tackle, Brad Hopkins, who's a heck of a football player. And they were just pounding the ball down our throats. And I'm just like, hey, there's got to be somebody that can do this better than I'm doing right now. So I actually had a good seat from the sideline watching that last play. And just thank God that Mike Jones made the tackle. And, they came up a yard short because that was one of the most fun finishes, I think, in the history of Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. And, I mean, I think, we were on the edge of our seats, and I know everybody else was. When you guys won the championship to go to the Super Bowl, and you're walking in and there's all this pre-game, I'm sure you guys are, you go and you're treated like kings and stuff. Did you soak all that in? I mean, did you stop and take that in, or, I mean, what was that moment like for you?
Yeah, that's something I started trying to do towards the end of my college career, was when you kind of saw milestones coming, taking the time to, like you said, just soak it all in, appreciate it. One of my most memorable experiences at Nebraska was my junior year. We played Colorado at the end of the season, last regular season game, and I wasn't sure if I was coming back my senior year. So just really being intentional about, feeling the crowd noise, and just soaking it all in. And so that was something I tried to carry forward with me after that, because it really stuck with me, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, that NFC Championship game, beating the Buccaneers, getting to celebrate in the stadium afterwards, getting to go out in the city, after the game that night, actually I was hanging out with, I don't know if you guys remember, Ricky Prohl made that big catch at the end of the game, and being out with Ricky Prohl after the game and just hanging out. And like, that's a guy that's paid his, that's my second year in the NFL. So I'm just like, oh yeah, this is going to happen every year. But then, you've got a guy like Ricky Prohl who, he's been in the league, paid his dues, been probably a double-digit career at that point. And for him to be able to step up and make a play like that, to help to win the game, was pretty awesome. And just to get to be with him later that night and just see what it meant to him as a young player, is something that stuck with me. And just, it makes those moments all that more special, because, like I said, it was my second year. I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is going to happen every year. But it doesn't. I got to play with Aeneas Williams, who played, almost 20 years in the NFL and who never made it, never won a Super Bowl. So it's just, you got guys that spend their whole lives in the NFL and never have a chance to win one. And to be able to go out and do it your second year and kind of take that monkey off your back is, pretty awesome.
That's cool. Hey, Grant, I got a question. We're gonna switch to this most recent game that we just watched, and we don't like the results of it. So I have a question for you. Being and having played at that level, super high level in the NFL, when you're watching a game like that, like, are you just watching the game as a fan, or are you like watching the game that's within the game? Like, are you watching what schemes are going on and, thinking like armchair quarterback like I do, like, oh, I'd be doing this, I'd be running it. Like, what do you see, or how do you watch a game like that?
You are giving me way too much credit. Like, I am a football fan and I was a football player. I am not a football coach. Yeah. Like, I don't know the X's and O's. I know what I did, and I focused intently on what I did. And if I did my job exactly right and everybody else did their job right, then we were going to be okay. But for me to be able to sit down and break down game film and dissect anything, you got the wrong guy. That is not me. So when I sit down on my couch, I got my beer in my hand, I got my food, and I'm just sitting there, and I am strictly a fan.
That's awesome.
Does it ever feel surreal though? I mean, you're looking at that and you're saying, man, I've been there. I mean, you've got kids. I mean, are your kids looking at you saying, Dad, that was you, or you've done this? Or, I mean, does it ever feel weird that was your life?
So a funny story, like, I know my family loves me and I know they respect what I did, but it's just, I'm just dad, right? Yeah. And so, and my son, I've got a daughter and a son, and my daughter's into sports and my son is not. And it was probably about 4 years ago, and he's 16 now, so he's probably about 10 or 11 at the time. And we're watching the Super Bowl, and they panned across the TV and they showed the Lombardi Trophy. And at the time, well, when we won in St. Louis, they gave us replica Lombardi trophies. So I've got a little Lombardi trophy. And at the time, it was kind of sitting on the shelf next to the TV. And so I had to bribe my son to come watch the game with me, so I bought pizza. So he's sitting down eating pizza, and they pan across and they show the Lombardi trophy on TV, and you could just see a light go off, or a light go on. And it was just like he's, kind of like a dog when they hear a weird noise. He like stares at the TV and cocks his head, then he looks to the right and sees the trophy, then back to the TV and back to the trophy. And at that point, it finally registered to him. And I'm like, yeah, son, I won the Super Bowl.
I got one of those.
Super Bowl winning. Yeah, I was the best in the world at something a long time ago. But that's about it. They love me. I'm their dad, and I know they love me. But the fact that I played football, it's not the most important thing in our house.
Yeah. So when you go back to Nebraska, I mean, you go back and watch games ever?
I try to get back to that one a year.
So when you get there, I mean, I'm sure, people are coming from everywhere saying, I mean, at that point, are they not realizing that's kind of special?
Yeah, but they do, but they just, it doesn't, they're
dead.
More caught up. Yeah, exactly. And they're more caught up in what's going on, more caught up in all the pageantry and how many hot dogs, at the time. It's been a while since we've all gone to a game together, but how many hot dogs they can stuff down their gullet and things like that. But they do. My daughter thinks it's pretty cool, especially she's, in high school now, and her, she's got all of her friends that come over, and then when the boys come over that play football and they see the trophy and things like that, they think, it's pretty cool. They get more excited about it than she does, because once again, I'm just dad who, makes her clean her room and pick up dog poop. So lots of times I'm not the coolest guy in the world.
You know what I think cool is, we put on that you're coming on, last week, I think sometime. And I got so many messages about you and very little to do with your football and more to do about what a great guy you are and community leader, things like that. So it's easy to see how your kids see you in a different light. As, like I said, I mean, everybody was coming on saying, man, he is such a great guy. It almost seems like you've overshadowed your football to some degree with just the person you've been in this community.
And that's awesome to hear. And it's just, I don't know. I was very fortunate that I got to play football. I love football. I still love football. And it really it set up my family for success. It set up me for success. I've got to do a lot of amazing things and help a lot of people with it. But I was a guy that played football. I'd never really considered myself just a football player. And, when football was over, it was all right, what's next? And, it took a while to find it, but it, I don't know. Like I said, I was a guy that got to play football.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I got to ask you, now that the Chiefs are out, what are you thinking, man?
Well, I would never cheer for the Bengals. I can't cheer for the 49ers, just playing for the Rams. I got to cheer for the Rams now. Now, had it been a Rams Chiefs Super Bowl, you bet your bottom dollar I'd have been cheering for the Chiefs. But hopefully the Rams can get in now, because I can't cheer for the Niners or the Bengals. And it's always fun to have a dog in the fight. But to say I'm a Rams fan now would be a lie. Yeah. I'm just not a fan. And I don't mind that they left. I understand they left. There's more money in LA, but just being from Missouri, a Missouri resident, and just how they left and just kind of jerking the city of St. Louis around. Mr. Kroenke knew he was moving the team as soon as he bought it. And, they just drug out and kind of teased us a little bit. Yeah, we'll stay in St. Louis, fix the stadium and all that, and cost taxpayer money. So I'm over the Rams now. I haven't been out to LA to watch them play. I've been invited a few times, but I'd rather drive 3 hours to Kansas City and watch Chiefs play than fly out to LA to watch the Rams.
Amen, brother.
I like that. Hey, Grant, I want to ask you a question. It's kind of a little bit off topic, but not really. Having been in the Division I realm, and we've been talking about it here quite a bit on our show, just what's your overall take on this name, image, and likeness stuff in the college game? Have you been keeping up with it?
Yeah, a little bit. I think, I think as student athletes, you do need a stipend because if you're a Division I athlete, you have no time to do anything other than to go to school and play sports. So I do think there needed to be some sort of stipend. I wish it would have been tied up more with graduation. I think now, these guys are just, they're basically professional athletes now. I saw some deal the other day where it was talking about you're not going to see college coaches getting their contracts bought out for anymore. Because why wouldn't you just take that $7-10 million to buy the coach out and just go buy players now?
That's a good point.
So, yeah, and not every program can afford to do that. What I would have rather have seen is say that every year that you're in school, you get $10,000 put in an escrow account, 10, 15, 20, whatever you want. And then when you graduate, you get that money. But have it tied to graduation or something like that. Rather than just paying kids. Because now, like you got the kid, and I don't know how accurate it is, but you hear stories about the kid from Alabama making $1 million before he plays the snap. What? That doesn't promote, and not that college athletics are to promote teamwork and sportsmanship, but that sure as heck doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And now these guys are just professional athletes.
Yeah, exactly. You're taking the amateur sport. It's not an amateur sport anymore. And that's kind of what we've said.
Well, and my only difference, though, is when people talk about it in comparison to the NFL, you sign a contract in the NFL.
Right.
And so, as an OU fan, Grant, you can understand my my frustrations with this year and, the mass exodus on. But I'm not mad at them. That's what everybody said. Are you mad? I'm mad at Lincoln Riley because I think that was dirty. But Caleb Williams, man, go make money. You're 19 years old. If I go back to I'm 19 and someone says, John, I'll pay you $1 million to go, I'm there. I get that aspect of it. I think for the continuity of the team and the coaches understanding what they got coming back or what they don't, I don't know. Something needs to be. I like your idea. I think that's fabulous.
It's a good
take. Well, I know we didn't have.
I wish I could say I came up with it. I stole it from someone, but I don't remember who it was.
Hey, we love it, man. We love it. So, hey, I know we want to be respectful of your time, and we just appreciate you touching base with us a little bit. You are our first Super Bowl champion we've had on this show. So
that's awesome, man. Thanks so much.
We are going to, if we could link up with you at some time and just get an autograph for the studio, I have to at least ask, man. So
yeah.
Hey,
make that happen?
One last thing. What are you doing now?
Yeah, I wanted to ask him that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a Keller Williams real estate agent in town for the Veris Group. And so I've been doing that for about 5 years now. Love real estate. Love who I get to work with. Love helping people accomplish their goals. But also I applied for and won a couple of medical marijuana. My wife and I applied for and won a couple of medical marijuana licenses. So we've got a dispensary in town, Revival 98, off of Republic Road, off of West Republic Road in town. And then we've got a manufacturing license too. So just trying to stay busy. I own a bunch of rental houses, chase kids around, drive my daughter all over the country playing soccer, and just try to be a good dad.
Well, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Hey, how does Webb City do it? I just got to know. How do they do it?
Man, they start running the same offense and defense in the third grade that they're running in high school. So by the time you get to high school, Jimmy and Johnny have been running the same offensive plays next to each other on the same double team since they're 8 years old. So by the time they're a senior in high school, they're not figuring out how to play football. They're just fine tuning stuff. So
same terminology and everything.
Yeah, it's either that or all the lead in the water. I don't know either one.
Hey, and Grant, if you want to break it on this show, is there some sort of NIL going on over at Webb City? If you want to break it, we're here, man.
Right, you'd think there would be, but hey, look at the amount of Division I athletes or like kids that go on to play college football out of that program. For the amount of success that they have, there's not a ton of it, and it's because they play well together. It's teamwork. It's kids. The coaches do an amazing job of developing talent. The kids do an amazing job in the weight room all summer long. I mean, they bust their butt. They want to win. They want to play football. And so it's not about they've got incredible athletes. They just play dang good team football.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, man, we'll let you get to the next game, and I guess we're all saying go Rams now.
Yeah, I guess.
And I don't have a dog in the fight anymore, so I'm a Baker
I
Mayfield
can't cheer
fan.
for the Niners. Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you could at least said he's okay. I mean, he's struggling.
Hey, he's okay.
Yeah. All right, man. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. So,
you bet, fellas. You got my number anytime.
all right, thanks, brother.
Take care, Grant. See you.
See you.
Bye.
Man, what a treat.
Kind of interesting to hear him say that he just like all I did was do my job. Like didn't know maybe he's just being a little conservative. I think he probably knows more about it than what he's putting on.
As far as schemes, and things like that.
know what's going on the defensive side.
I'll tell you what, like I've admired him from a distance. I'm not that guy that's going to see you in the supermarket and
hey man, can I get your
but I mean, I followed his career because I grew up in the same time frame as him, and watching someone local do the amazing things he's done. It's and I'll tell you, I got to put this out there because he's an athlete. His wife's every bit the athlete he is.
She does CrossFit.
Yeah,
right?
she is a stud. I mean, she would come in here and crush you and I in 2 seconds. So
I don't want that.
No, I don't either. So,
okay.
But no, we appreciate him coming on. What a treat for us here at the Chain Gang. Hey, we want to thank our sponsors real quick. Kaiser Chiropractic, Post Game Pizza, Living the Dream Outdoors Properties with Seth Hagen, Rogersville Pharmacy, Hometown Furniture, and Green Box Photography. So we want to announce too, we are having a show. We did it last year. It's a pre-Super Bowl show at Post Game Pizza with some special guests coming up February 12th.
Yep, stay tuned on that.
We'll be we'll talking to some people, seeing what they think.
I don't want to give it away right now.
No, but we'll do like we did the last show.
Yeah.
And at the end, you and I come on with our predictions. I'm going to have to really study now because I was just dead set it was the Chiefs.
And I got to be honest with you and the folks out there, all of our millions of fans. Like I haven't really followed, the NFL that much this year. I've just kind of started watching here closer to the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah. I follow OU players and I root for them. And it's kind of like with the Bengals, got Mixon and P. Ryan and, but I get excited around playoffs because it's like with baseball. Like I'm a Cardinals fan, but I don't watch every night.
No, there's too many games.
Hey, we're trying to link up right now with I think Gracie Kibby,
right? Yeah.
And so she hit her 1,000th career point Thursday. Was it Thursday night?
I don't remember. I was there and took video.
You did. You had.
Was that not? What can I do?
I don't know because I looked at that. You posted to the Chain Gang, and I'm like, holy cow, that was. It was the best video I had seen out there. So we're trying to link up with her right now. I don't know what the issue is, but anyways, we're coming off. Just got done talking with Grant, and what a good time talking with him. What do you think on the Chiefs? What do you think the downfall was? Got up early in that first half.
Yeah, I don't know. It frustrates me every time I watch them play because I feel like, if you went back and you watched the first half, I think they ran the ball pretty successfully. And I get it. You've got Patrick Mahomes, and he can sling it all over the place. But if it's working and you can get 5 yards a carry, then let's just keep running it. I don't get why we got to keep slinging it. Keep it simple sometimes.
Yeah.
And I definitely think you kicked the field goal at the end of the second quarter. I know you got the best offense in the world, and you're 1 yard away, but you have 5 seconds, and you know pretty confidently you're going to get 3 points.
And it's also too, it's one of those things where as a coach, you're danged if you do, danged if you don't. You know, you get that touchdown at the end of the first half, and it's amazing. You get, you know, you miss it and you don't get any points and you're in trouble. I personally, I'm kind of that guy. We're up a lot. Let's go for it. But I get what you're saying 100%.
So hindsight's always 20/20. If we kick and make that field goal, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. You look back. So, all right. It looks like we have Miss Gracie Kibby with us, or Kit Farron with us now. Let's just changing things. And hey, so when we're going to switch it around, we got Kit Farron with us, and he just hit his 100th career win yesterday. Kit, are you on?
Yes, I am.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're terrible, Kit, because did you just watch the Chiefs game?
Yeah, I got to see the last 3 minutes of it.
Well, that was the worst part.
I was gonna
Great,
say.
great job, Kit.
So we're blaming it on Kit now because Kit, you shouldn't even turned it on. So, hey, we wanted to call and – oh, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say my dad and Alexa were cheering for the Chiefs, and I go, if I cheer for them, they're going to lose. And I cheered for the Chiefs, so I'm sorry to everybody out there.
Okay, we're going to end this conversation.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on, Kit. We'll talk to you maybe never.
So, man, you hit the 100th career win yesterday. You went 4 for 5, I believe.
Yep.
And how's that feel, buddy?
How's that feel, man?
It felt great. I was happy to have the opportunity and very thankful that from all the practice and things that I've gone through to be able to be a part of that group of people to accomplish that. And, you know, all my thanks goes to my coaches for all their dedication in me and always being there to support me, and my teammates for always helping me.
I got a two-part question, Kit.
All right.
When you're going out there on the mat and you know that this could be my 100th win, did you even think about it before you stepped out there? Did you know what was happening?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now, did you go out there thinking, I'm going to rip this guy's freaking head off? And so tell us about the match. How did you win? Did you win on points, pin? And then my follow-up to the follow-up is, have you named your pin move? Because last time we talked to you, you didn't have a name for that thing. And did you use it?
So when I went out on the match, like, I knew that this could possibly be my 100th win. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to lose this match. And so I had a positive mentality, and that helped a lot. And I actually won by points and a pin.
Oh, man.
And I got a lot of points by doing this move called the Superman. So I got back points on that kid. And then later on the match, I transitioned into what we called the Farron.
Yeah.
Which
you named it the
you
Farron?
named it the Farron?
What?
You named it the Farron?
Yeah, I hit the Farron. It's actually got I don't think the actual name is quite as great. It's just called the Hammerlock.
No, the Farron sounds way better.
Yeah.
So you pinned him. You pinned him with the Farron.
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Did he cry?
I mean, that's a signature.
No.
That is a signature pin right there.
I got to ask, what was your dad like after that win?
I actually got a hug out of him.
Whoa!
Like, he met me. Like, I was hugging my coaches, and my dad came down and congratulated me and hugged me. So it was awesome.
Did you cry?
No, I did not.
How much more do you have left to go? I mean, you're not done, are you? I don't think your season's over.
No.
Is it? Yeah, I didn't think so.
We got a home duel next Tuesday, or this Tuesday, and then that's actually senior night, and then February 12th or 11th and 12th is district.
Where's that?
Do what?
Where's your districts at?
Seneca.
Oh my
wow.
God.
So that's a ways away.
What time's your duel on Tuesday night?
I think 5:00.
Yeah, they usually fire them up pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, dang.
So you guys should come out to that.
Yeah. I know B's got a game that night, but I'm gonna try to work something out, man. So, but,
right.
so going into districts, you've got to be feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, I'm coming off of a knee injury, so that's kind of had a setback on me. But I've been recovering pretty well, and yeah, feeling pretty good about it.
I think, Kit, what you probably should do is just take some dirt and rub it right on that knee, and then tape it, and you'll be fine.
Thanks goes to my coach. Yeah.
I think your dad probably would have said the same thing, wouldn't he?
Rub it right on that knee,
No, he would have said
and then
just
tape it,
walk
and you'll be fine.
Thanks.
We got Alicia's phone picking up here. So, so Tuesday night, and then we go right into districts.
Are you there, Kit?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, I said that's correct.
Okay.
What? How many? Tell us a little bit about the districts. I imagine you're seated based on how you've done, like in your conferences and your records. But what weight are we wrestling in districts, and where are you at in the bracket?
I'm wrestling 145, and the last I knew, I am seated first.
Oh, you're the
First?
first. So is it a round robin, or is it like a big 16-man bracket and you got some buys, or how's it shaking out?
I'm not real sure on the actual bracket itself. Most of the time, though, it is like a 16-man bracket, and
Those are hard.
so there'd be a double elimination.
Yeah, for anybody out there that doesn't know much about wrestling, to have a large bracket like that, it's really hard to get all the way to the end.
And like you talked about last show, I mean, you were basically a technicality away from going to state last year.
Right.
Do you feel you're a much different wrestler this year?
Yeah, I feel like I have improved a lot. Last year, I was gaining speed, and I was doing pretty good. And then I actually won the Republic tournament last year, and then right after that, the next week we got quarantined, and then didn't have another meet for a month, and like went straight into districts, and that just kind of threw everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
So that was rough.
Yeah. Well, and I would say, honestly, I mean, in just the way your dad describes you, there's a different toughness and mentality about you this year. And not saying you were, bad last year by any means. I mean, just there's a difference in your mentality this year.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've definitely learned a lot and changed, and you just kind of, I guess, figure things out and what works for you and how to, I don't know, for me, it's just kind of how to go out there and win and not just go out there to wrestle and not lose.
Mm-hmm. It's how to hit the fairings, what it is. Hey, how many are going to be advancing out of the district tournament? What do you have to place, I guess, to move on is what I'm asking.
Top four.
Top four.
I like that, what he said, though. Have you ever thought about that, though? He said, I'm going out there I'm going out there to win, not going out there not to lose.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good, I mean, people don't think about it in terms of that.
You could take that to life.
I mean, really.
For real.
I'm going out there because I know I'm going to win. I'm not going out there hoping to win is basically what he's saying.
Hope I don't get beat.
Dang, man, I love that.
That might be a quote we put on the wall, man.
I might have to do the fairing on Alicia tonight.
Whoa.
How's that go? Just flip her around.
Oh, hey.
Take her down.
This is a family-friendly show.
You know what I mean. Goodness gracious. Oh man. Well, we're rooting for you for sure. We wanted to definitely reach out to you tonight and say congrats. That's a huge milestone for you. So
good job, brother. We're super proud of you.
We will be talking to you
guys.
soon. I mean, we'll. I'm hoping to see. I'm not hoping. I feel like we're going to see you at state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really
Feel
hope
good
so.
about that.
I've been thankful for my coaches and that we've been pushing hard, and I've been working with Ricky and Jay Strasbaugh a lot here lately, and they're pushing me a lot harder and showing me things so that way I can get to that next level. So I'm really appreciative of those guys, and then all my other coaches and teammates that we're just all working hard and trying to get to state.
Hey, can you take those two guys? You think you can take them?
Ricky and Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
I couldn't. So, all right, Kit, man, we appreciate you taking some time with us tonight. Like I said, Ryan and I will be following you. We're more beyond excited for you and your whole team. I don't want to just single you out. The whole wrestling team as a whole, we're rooting for all you guys. We wanted to just touch base with you tonight because the 100th win. Yeah. That's huge. So
give them hell, man.
I will.
Take it to him, brother. All right, bye.
Bye.
I haven't wrestled a single match, let alone win 100.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember I wrestled in gym class in Monette.
Oh, yeah? How'd you do?
Well, I mean, not very well. I never wrestled again, but what I remember in wrestling, and I hated it.
It's hard.
Because it was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up loving sports. I mean, football, basketball, baseball, but I liked wrestling. I liked the physicality of it.
Yeah.
But in a minute,
you feel like you're going to pass
I'm
out.
done.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's what I have such an appreciation, and not because I've ever done it or was great at it or anything, just watching and working with my own kids and seeing what it's like to actually be out there and the training that those guys go through. They are, and that's why I love wrestling so much, is because not only are you a physical individual, but you have to be super mentally tough. Kind of like what Kit was talking about a little bit.
And, you and I both played football, and there's times where, man, you got to push through stuff.
Yeah.
But wrestling's like an entire,
it's
you push
only
through it the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to diminish football, obviously. I love it. It's different. So, hey, I want to thank our last group of sponsors here. We got Real Beef Direct. We got B&B Well and Pump, Blue Sky Lawn and Landscape, and Real Beef Direct. I still owe you a steak.
You know what else I'm waiting on? I remember, I'm going to take people back for a moment. Back in Christmas, I heard about this wonderful, like, butterscotch.
You're getting it next Saturday.
Something or another. I've yet to have it, and it's January.
Yeah. You're getting it next Saturday. But we are also getting in return some chicken Alfredo from Stephanie. So, so go see our sponsors. I'll tell you, MDP has a nice little razor up there. We shared it on our page.
We wrapped that thing with some chain gang.
Wrap it with some chain gang stuff.
So.
Man, that's a nice little. But they've got some new inventory over there. I noticed. So, I just wanted to mention that's on our page. So,
and if you want to sponsor us to buy one of a side by side for us and wrap it, feel free. Just go on down there and let them know what you're doing.
Yeah, we'll drive it out to your business and do a sponsorship. So. Hey, we're excited. Our last guest, real quick, and then we're going to go watch some football here in a second, is Miss Gracie Kibby, otherwise known as Goose. Hit her 1,000th point. Was it Thursday night, Gracie?
Yes.
Thursday night. And, man, it was amazing. And we've already talked to you after the show, but Ryan and I said, no, we want to talk to her again because that's a big accomplishment. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing good.
How you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah, I feel really good. I'm glad I scored that.
So when your mom gives you a chore, you go, I just hit 1,000 points.
Mom. Forget that.
I'll probably just get in trouble. So I just probably shouldn't.
All right. So I got to know, take us through it a little bit. It's before the game, you know that you could possibly hit 1,000 points. Are you thinking about it? 2, when you get out there, and I'll be honest with you, when I was watching you play, I was worried for you, Gracie, and here's why. I was afraid you were going to force the issue, but you didn't. I was really impressed. So just take us through it. Pre-game, you're in the game, and then you know you're going to hit a layup. Take us through it.
Okay, well, during, the warm-up and stuff, I was nervous because I was afraid that I was going to, force my shots and stuff, and it was going to be close to get to 6 points. And then I got into the game and I scored my first shot, and that kind of helped me for the next couple of shots, kind of get my confidence up, I guess. But I think it was Allie who got the rebound for that fast break, and she threw it to me. And so I was going down, and I thought the girl that was coming, chasing up behind me, I knew she was right behind me. So I kind of turned a little bit when I went up for my layup, and then that kind of made me think that I might miss it, but it went in. So I was glad about that.
You raised a good point though, because the pressure's on. And then not only this, I think going back, if I had you say, hey, you need 2 points to get to 1,000. You ask me if I want to do a pull-up jumper or a fast break layup. I'm
taking the jumper,
I'm
man.
taking the jumper.
Yeah, I would have too if I had the choice.
Well, I mean, as you're okay, and we asked you this other night. I want our viewers on the Chain Gang to hear. When you're driving down there, are you thinking about that at all, or are you just saying, "Man, I got to score"?
I was just really thinking I need to score.
Yeah,
because I don't know. It was just it was a pressure layup either way because I needed to make it either way. But I mean, I kind of just knew I had to score that. So
did you go? Have you watched it? Like, have you watched that play?
Yeah, I watched it a couple of times, but because some of my friends sent it to me. So
Have you seen the Chain Gang's coverage, and specifically Mr. Ryan White's coverage of it?
Oh, whatever.
No, I don't think so.
You need to go back on our page, and I'm telling you, Ryan, I think in all the angles I've seen,
It's pretty awesome.
has the most amazing shot.
I don't know,
Oh, okay.
and maybe you do, but after I watched the replay of it, like I was shooting it, and then I went back and watched it, that layup was not like I'm going to go down and do a layup. I mean, that was a contested, hard shot that went in for you.
Yeah, I when I went up for it, I think I put more power behind it because I knew there was a girl right behind me. So
Well,
I wanted to
and
make sure she didn't tip it.
If you go back and look, I mean, it was dangerously close to you getting the bucket and shooting a free throw. I mean, there was some contact there. I probably wouldn't have called it. I think it was the right call. I'm not saying it was a missed call, but I'm just saying it was like you said,
it was highly contested.
I mean, it was a tough shot.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're going to ask the same question.
What did your dad when he got down, and I got to say this, I say your dad is one of the most passionate parents I've ever seen, and I love it because he loves you girls, and man, he's there for you. I remember last year when you guys lost the district championship game, and your dad teared up a little bit, and because he was upset, but he was proud, and as a dad, I identify with that because I'm like, anytime my kids do something great, I tear up. But what was it like when you saw him? Was it a relief? Was it like, I mean, just what was that moment like?
It was kind of a relief because he was my coach from second grade all the way up to middle school. So just seeing him after the game kind of it was really nice to know that I had accomplished that and know that he's helped me through all those years to get those points. So
what, tell us about your teammates and your coach and maybe a little bit after the game, whatever you can. And then when you walk around school, I mean, do you like wear a sash that says 1,000 points?
No.
What you got?
Well, we took a lot of pictures after the game because we just left our uniforms instead of changing. We just went straight out to the court and took a bunch of pictures. So that was fun.
Awesome.
But yeah,
I heard too, and this may be a rumor, Dr. McKenzie gave you a week off.
Oh, wow.
I don't think she did.
No, she didn't. So I got to tell you, the sincerity behind the little girls, and I know there were older girls. There wasn't, I'm just saying from like my daughter's team and stuff. We got up Thursday morning, and Bella said, "We're going to get supplies right after school, right?" And I said, "For what?" And she goes, "Oh, I got to make Gracie a sign." So we ended up buying some supplies for other girls. You should have come up to where we were broadcasting before. There was 15 girls up there, and
they were all
oh my goodness,
drawing them out. It was really cool.
When you look back at that, do you realize what sort of legacy you're leaving at LR just based off those girls getting to watch you?
Yeah.
It's a tough question because it forces you to brag on yourself a little bit, but you do leave that legacy. I mean, those girls, Bella got in the truck the next day and she's like, "These are my goals for high school." And she had never said 1,000 point score, score 1,000 points. She goes, "I want to be like Gracie Kibby and score 1,000 points." Now, whether she does or not, there's all those girls out there that now are passionate about the program, passionate about being like you. That's a huge deal, Gracie.
Mm-hmm. That's how I was too, because there was when I was a freshman, there was a senior that scored 1,000 points, and so that's when I kind of decided, like my freshman sophomore year, that was one of my goals to do. So I always looked up to her.
Jordan Galt, because I kept messing up her name the other day.
Yeah.
I've known her since she was the little kid, and I kept messing up her name. Jordan Galt, I'm sorry. So
yeah.
Hey Gracie, I got one last thing for you from me. So first, lastly, I guess, just really congratulations. 2, you've got to go check out the footage on the Chain Game page of your layup. And then third, I want you to go back and go to the actual recording of the game, like from the start to finish. And if you start early enough, you're going to get to listen to John Pope sing a little bit on a hot mic, and he didn't know it. So go check that out for a little entertainment.
Okay.
I did embarrass myself a little bit, Gracie, because I didn't realize we were hot and they were playing
I thought it was great.
apple bottom jeans or something, and I'm like, so
Funny.
I forget, like when you score 1,000 points, I hate going back. We don't listen to ourselves.
I have never watched a show of ours.
I will go back once in a while and get a clip, just for playing it on the show or something. And Alicia wanted to see when you hit 1,000 points, and I'm like, I don't mean to scream in the mic like I do, but dude, I can't control myself.
Just excited.
I just get so excited. I was so excited for you. Like Steven said, it makes a huge difference when you're a great player on the court, but it makes an even bigger difference when you're a great player off the court, and you are. So,
Hey, before we go, I lied. I got another thing. So give us what's left for the season. Where are we at? What do we got left? What's coming up?
Well, tomorrow we go to Mount Vernon, and then Thursday we have a home game against Catholic. So this is a pretty big week. Yeah.
And then when's what do you guys have a conference tournament coming up? It's got to be coming up here sooner than later, right?
I think so. I'm not sure what day it is, but
yeah, I don't know. I know we do it week by week around here, Gracie.
Yeah, day by day. Got it.
We won't be at Mount Vernon, just in case people are listening. B's got a game, and of course, Steven and I both have kids on that team. We will be there Thursday night to call that game.
We're not literally going to kill anybody for all the people out there. Like,
you'll get it. He said kill. Yeah. So I don't. Alicia says March. So
it's in March. Holy cow!
Yeah. So we got a little bit. So
March Madness.
March Madness. All right, Gracie. Any last words or anything you want to leave us with? Some words of wisdom or something we can take away? You could just say "Go Cats."
She's like, no, I just want to go out the phone.
Yep. Hey, we appreciate you. We're proud of you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we will surely talk to you again here shortly. So,
okay, thank you.
Thanks,
See you,
Gracie. All right, man. It's I think we want to go watch the next playoff
I want to go
game.
watch the next game.
So, hey guys, we know we're trying to get this in between games, and I know a lot of people are upset about the Chiefs, but great show. It's been fun. Talk to Grant, man, and
I was talking to Coach Hutch today at Allie's volleyball practice. I said, man, I was telling her who we had on, and I was like, we have so many good athletes. Like, it is so cool to be a part and what little bit we are for these kids and just to experience it with them. I think it's just really cool.
Yeah,
we have a lot of good athletes. And they're good kids, too.
Yeah, and you know what's amazing? Like, we've been doing this a year, and I got to say this, like, going back and even following them after, and Alicia's been a teacher here for 16 years, I think. And
they use a stone and a chisel.
It's stone and chisel. What's funny is when you start running into these people and they've got kids now, and and you've seen they go from these little. I'm talking everybody. They go from these little kids to grown adults, and you see that success. So I feel like we're extremely blessed by that.
Yeah, and I talked to kind of off topic from everything, but I talked to Rick Burney today, and we were just visiting real quick, and he was showing his wife was showing me some pictures of Colton. Dude, he is getting big.
Is he? Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, dude, look at his arms. And they're like, wait, you should see his legs.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And it's cool, like you're saying, to watch him. And I haven't known him for that long, but I have seen him go from high school to a year in college, and the growth that he's made there. It's just really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So, hey, we're trying to, a future show we're trying to do is you want to talk about swim team real quick? Or you want to wait until our show?
Let's wait. We're gonna have a few guests on.
Let's leave it with this. If you're not following our swim team right now, you should be. We're going to try to get them on, and I think our next show. Well, we'll do a show next Sunday.
No, it'll be next. Oh no, yeah, next Sunday.
Next Sunday, and then we'll have our Super Bowl.
I'm a week off. Like I keep thinking next week's the Super Bowl, and it's not.
I am too. So, all right, let's go watch some football, brother.
Go Cats!
Hey, go Cats!